Flush your toilet in Westminster, and an hour later, the contents will end up here, Abbey Mills Pumping Station in East London. It's a meeting place for a lot of London's sewage, and F Station is one of the biggest sewage pumping facilities in Britain.
This is one of the biggest pumping stations that we've got.
F Station can pump 32 cubic metres per second. 16 pumps, and each one of those pumps can fill a telephone box, normal red telephone box, in 2 seconds. So that gives you some idea of how much volume of sewage they pump.
So, if you want to fill a telephone box with sewage, this is the place to bring it. Today, Danny and Rob are on a different mission. The pumps have to be regularly inspected, but access has become impossible because of the build-up of fat deposits from the sewage. Today, they're going to clear it. The problem is, stuff the sewage system isn't designed for.
There was an inflatable boat found in here equipped with oars and God knows, so someone had been whitewater rafting somewhere. Or brown water rafting.
Yeah, in fact, someone's idea of fun, I suppose, isn't it? Right, let's go and do our idea of fun and get stuck into this wet well.
They're going into a vast underground cavern called a wet well. It's a hazardous location, most obviously from the fat they're trying to shift.
Yeah, the fat is basically just like grease, lard, so you know how slippery lard is. What we've got here is probably half of London's lard all in one place, so yeah, it could be quite dangerous for us.
The biggest dangers are from gases produced by the sewage.
Gas monitor, standard piece of kit. Monitors for high and low oxygen and a variety of gases, including methane, explosive atmosphere and the such like. It's notoriously, quite a fatty situation.
In case the gas alarm sounds where they can't make a quick escape, each man has an emergency breathing kit.
You can rebreathe in there for about 20 minutes or 100 minutes if you're at rest.
One last thing, the boots.
Nice set of long boots as well. Give them a bit of a clean up and a polish. They're all right for a Friday night on the town. Believe me, in the West End, I've seen boots longer than this.
I wonder what sort of places Danny goes to in the West End.
Right, lights on and away we go.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Lovely.
Welcome to our humble abode for the next couple of hours.
The wet well is deep in greyish fat. It comes from homes and restaurants. Floating on the sewage water as it cools, it hardens. And this is where the solid fat ends up.
If you get 13 million customers all putting down a little bit, you end up with a lot of it, don't you? You've got 60 cubic metres of fat in here, and that's one sump out of 4 sumps in this pumping station. A lot of fat. A lot of packets of lard anyway.
And a lot of fat for Danny and Rob to shift. Coming up on Supersize Grime, 100 feet up, cleaning a 400,000 volt tower.
Well, if you're scared of heights, you're a non-starter in this game.
Danny and Rob are up to their knees in fat.
Fatberg, that's what we call them. Like an iceberg really, but it's just made of fat.
In East London, Danny and Rob are descending into one of the more hellish spots in the London sewage system, the wet well at Abbey Mills Pumping Station. The pumps here need regular inspection, but the access route into the wet well is completely blocked with mountains of solidified fat from restaurants and homes. It's floated here on the sewage. For the pumps to keep working, the fat has to go.
It's a bit like when you do your custard in a microwave for too long. You get that skin on the top, and that's what we've got here, but on a bit of a grander scale, It's no birds, but it certainly stinks.
What's the plan, Stan? Some over the top and some down to you?
Yeah, as much over the top as we can and wash the rest down.
Sewage arrives here by gravity, so the wet well has to be the deepest part of the sewer system. The job of the pumps is to lift it up again to continue its journey to the sewage works.
Everybody has to go to the toilet sometime or other. And if they go to the toilet in London, around the Parliament Square area, that comes into this station.
This is 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year working system. So it's never going to be 100% clean.
But it can't function if it's this dirty either.
Well, as you can see, there is just about everything in here. So in order for us to get down into the well here and inspect the pumps, we've got to cut all this. I mean, this is a great big lump of fat.
It's solid bloody fat. You can cut it out in chunks, you know?
Solid like concrete. Fatberg is what we call them. You know, like an iceberg really, but just made of fat. You know, shouldn't even be in the sewers really, fat.
Today's job is to clear the stairway so that engineers can get to the pumps. Danny is shoveling the fat into the wet well where it floats on the surface of the water.
See, I got the easy job today. He feels sorry for me. Poor old boy.
Oh, it requires a great amount of skill and concentration, you know.
Well,
squeeze the trigger and aim at the same time.
My grandson told me that Fireman Sam is a highly professional guy, so...
This is where it can be quite dangerous and quite deceiving, because to the untrained eye that looks pretty normal, but if we get the shovel and stick it there, you know, that's sort of 700 mil, nearly a metre deep, so it could well take someone unawares, you know. This is the sort of stuff that's floating in there. You know, I'll try and get this for you. Yeah, I mean, someone's been quite gracious and put the cap on it, but that is actually hypodermic syringe in there, so you don't know whether someone's had that for medical reasons or recreational use. But either way, it's not in a yellow box, which is where it should be. So this is the sort of thing we have to be careful of. You know, you can't just go wading in, because there could be all sorts in here. So I think that's far enough for us.
Rob and Danny have become connoisseurs of sewage system fat.
Fatty balls, these are. This is where the fat rolls around in the flow. See that bit there, look? The size of that. It's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 foot square, I suppose. Christ.
There's a little family of frogs there. They like warm, damp places. They've got plenty to eat down here, haven't they? So there he goes. Wouldn't fancy eating that one. Give him to the French.
Eventually, the fat in the well itself will need to be cleared. But because it floats, provided the sewage can flow underneath it, the system still works. With the stairway cleared of fat, it's mission complete for Danny and Rob.
That weren't too bad as it goes.
No,
it's quicker if you get stuck in, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, it comes down to a blend of...
raw talent.
Right, come on. If you don't wash this stuff off, it'll get worse with it off. Get in the van tomorrow morning, you'll find blue bottles flying around in there like bloody helicopters.
Another one done.